Ryan, it's time for another edition of Thursday Night Barbecue Chat. I am Steve Kress. I am your host of the show. I am the host of the show, and I am with It's All About the Barbecue.
Stop.
And then during the week, you can find me walking the aisles over there at Wanamaker's in lovely, beautiful downtown Downers Grove, Illinois. And the man sitting next to me, as always, the chairman of the board, looking quite dapper in your little mauve shirt today. And that is Mr. Ryan Hoagland, Barbecue, Blackstone, and Beer. Ryan, how are we doing this Thursday? Did everything go out the way it's supposed to?
No, it didn't. We're having technical difficulties. We're not going out to Wanamaker's or It's All About the Barbecue or Barbecue, Blackstone, and Beer. So we're not going to Facebook at all right now.
Yeah, well, I just had a little Facebook glitch trying to get back. Facebook has been having issues. Have you noticed that my app crashes all the time?
I'm trying to get this shared out as quickly as I can on my phone.
Well, it's not going out to anybody. Can we get it?
We're on YouTube and Instagram right now, so
I mean, but there's no way to resend it out to these bad boys up here.
No, it looks like it's saying that it looks like the live was somehow deleted. I don't know, so I'm trying to get it shared out as quickly as I can here.
No, that's disappointing. Well, anyway, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, we are on the replay on Spotify. And Ryan, guess what? It is November. I know Ryan's not paying attention because he doesn't like me, but you know what? It's November, and you know what that means, Ryan? Yes.
You know, I cannot find my hat. I looked for it.
Turkey time. It's almost turkey time, Ryan. Turkey time.
I think I didn't like my hat because it wasn't as nice as yours.
Well, this is my second hat. I do have another turkey hat like yours, but this is my other turkey hat.
Yeah.
Gobble.
I'm trying to see if I can get this to go back out.
It's not going to go back. You're going to have to create a whole new shebanger. Well, anyway, tonight it is Ryan's trying to fix something's going on with Facebook's people. I'm telling you, it's a conspiracy.
I got one out, I think. Let me see.
I got an exclamation mark on mine. So
I know I'm getting there. You go ahead and do your intro because you know how great it is.
Well, I did it all already, and you were ignoring me as always. But anyway, so tonight's guest, it is a good friend of mine. I know I'll say he's a good friend of mine. He probably wishes he never ever met me, but that's okay.
Oh, wait.
Ryan has found out that there are new sound effects on the show. So we have stepped up our game a whole nother notch. And I'm telling you, the show just keeps getting better and better. So less people better start watching. So anyway, so we don't have our normal crowd tonight because we're missing a whole bunch of our stuff. As always, there's always some kind of technical difficulty. But this good friend of mine he does a lot of stuff. And I've known him for a number of years. He does a lot of stuff. And he's a chef. He deals with the meat products, and then he's on TV. He's everywhere. The man does it all. So let's bring in Ryan. Are you able to bring him in? Mr. Scott Fischer from Happy to Meet You.
Oh, please, everybody sit down.
Wait, where's the Ryan?
There we go. Hey, Steve, it's a pleasure to be with all three of you. Hopefully we'll find other people out there tonight.
All three of us.
No, I'm joking. We got to get out there to the Facebook.
I don't know what happened. Steve's jokes.
Steve, put that hat back on in case some folks in the
You liked that, didn't you, Scott?
Well, the turkey hat.
Yeah, you liked that, didn't you?
Yeah, well, maybe so. Yeah, I want to see that again. It looked like
nobody's ever requested.
I feel like I'm on the Muppet Show.
Well, hi ho there, Scott Fischer.
All right.
Welcome to the show. We're going today start off with Fozzie Bear over there.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Hey, we got three people in here, Ryan. Where they're from, nobody knows.
We've sung it to a new level. Anyways, thank you for having me. This is such an honor.
Scott, it's been a long time since we've had you on the show. Yeah, it's been a long time.
I don't think I've ever been on your show.
You were on once.
You were on before.
Was I on
I
once?
remember you from
A
before.
long time ago. You were on the live from the barbecue department at Wanamaker's, and so
wow,
yeah.
that must have been a long time ago. Well, it's great to be here
We were
with
both.
you both.
That's when I was in my office doing the show.
Oh, there we go. I Wanamaker's
got it.
is on.
I got it. I fixed it. See,
That's
technical.
why we have Ryan here. Ryan's here for technical difficulty issues and problems. He is a genius. I mean, he does IT for a career. You think he'd be able to fix it?
Well,
So
here's looking at Q, boys.
Oh, well.
here, whoa,
Dang it.
Jesus. God, that's usually Ryan's job to do the really bad jokes.
Oh, I'm the
Okay.
master of puns. If you notice, if you go to the website of my esteemed company, it's called Happy to Meet You. There is pun after pun after pun after pun. So
Only if there
Ryan's a pun. I'm trying to share it out to my group really quick. Ryan, why don't you? Since I've been talking now for seems like an hour, why don't you?
I mean, it's been a whole. I don't even know where our.
a whole 3 minutes.
If that,
whole-
yeah,
the whole
7
6
minutes,
minutes.
actually. We're doing good. But Scott, I mean, I know I remember your face. I know I don't personally know you myself either, and it's been a while since I've talked to you. But let's get into it. Let's see what got you into your background in barbecue and.
Yeah, well, the whole cooking.
He's not in barbecue. He's a chef.
In barbecue. Well, I mean, barbecue. Believe it or not, barbecue grilling is really my passion. That's really where I started. But
Steve?
I've been a passionate foodie my entire life. And someone encouraged me back, I think it was in 2016, to take that passion and bring it to the forefront on television. So back in 2016, I was working in the corporate world in sales, and I auditioned for this crazy new show that was just coming to the US from Australia. And that show was MasterChef with Gordon Ramsay. And if I can just brag for 1 second, because I never get to whip out my apron, there she blows. From the first season, I was on MasterChef. So that really, yeah, I was on season 1. I actually made it to the cast.
That's awesome.
You know what the funny part is I'm sure I knew that, but I'm amazed at it.
This is it. This is the actual apron from the show, season 1 with Gordon Ramsay gave this to me. Really one of the proudest moments. I was literally just completely in shock. Never expected it. But I've always had a passion for cooking, and I know that I could go up against virtually anyone. And anyone from the culinary world. Never trained, never classically trained. In fact, with MasterChef, that was the prerequisite. You could not be classically trained or a trained chef. You had to be a novice. And I've always I know what I like. I know the flavor profiles that I like. And generally, if I like it, I know it's going to be good. And I think that's what a good chef or cook knows, is that if you know what drives your flavor profile, other people will follow suit and will most likely like it as well. So that's why when I go into Wanamaker's, I probably grill Steve. We talk about rubs, and I probably taste his whole entire shelf to determine the things that Steve likes. Maybe I might not like, or we both may agree. But it's really cultivating that flavor profile that you like. So that's how it all started for me. And then as the years went on, I did a couple after MasterChef. I went on and did a lot of work with Sir Latab and William Sonoma. I did 4 seasons with ABC and Dancing with the Stars. I did all the culinary events for the show.
Oh, I thought you danced.
Well, I actually danced with Whitney for a special event. So that was, and she's the one who's currently on now. So I had a wild run there, and then in 2019, 2020, right when the pandemic hit, I always stayed in the culinary world. I always did a lot of events. I worked at the International Houseware Show in the culinary side, so I always dibbled and dabbled even after MasterChef. Created a cookie company. Wow, let's see. I mean, I'm just giving you. We're speed dating here. So. And then
slow down. We got an hour.
And then when COVID hit, all the restaurants shut down, obviously, and all the great steaks had nowhere to go. They had no home. So someone approached me and said, "Hey, Scott, we got a little situation going on. All the prime meats have no distribution. The restaurants are trying to figure out how are we going to sell steaks and chops and, poultry. And people were then in restaurants were trying to go direct to the consumer. So that's when I sat down and created Happy to Meet You. I partnered with one of the best, most premium meat purveyors in the city of Chicago. And together we partnered, and I drove all of these great prime provisions directly to the homes of individuals, which started out in Chicago. So I was literally delivering steaks out of the back of my car that we would package from the shop, and I would deliver all throughout Illinois, basically, for the first year and a half. And then the demand just grew, and I couldn't, do all my own local deliveries any longer. So I started working with UPS and carved out a system, and now we ship nationwide, all throughout every state. And from there, word caught on, and then I was lucky enough to be seen by QVC, which is really the epitome of home shopping. So we can now, all of our products and our provisions reach everybody at a much different level. So it's been a great ride, all from literally just trying to survive through the pandemic.
That's awesome.
I didn't realize that you weren't a classically. I thought you were a trained chef. I didn't realize.
No,
you were just a jamoke.
For some people who may know, in the Chicago area, there's a very famous chef, Michael Cornick, MK restaurant in Chicago. So he and I went to high school together, and I'll never forget it. In our speech class in high school, he did a speech on cherries flambé, and I did food additives and colors and the detriments of BHA, BHT, all that good stuff. So there was two of us up from the North Shore who knew that we would eventually get into the culinary world. But yeah, no, never classically trained. But I grew up. My father was in retail, and I ate out at some of the best restaurants, steakhouses, up on the North Shore. I was in Highwood, Highland Park, Chicago. And I've been eating in fine restaurants since I was probably 8 years old. And we were probably one of the few kids that were in some of the high-end steakhouses at that time in Highwood from a very, very early age. So I really appreciated great quality meats. In fact, my earliest memory is a place called My Favorite Inn. We called it Willie's. It was in Highwood. And it was the best New York strip steak al forno with a side of ravioli al forno that I've ever eaten. And to this day, I can't even replicate how good that steak is. But a lot of tips and tricks, that I picked up along the way. It's like the garage mechanic. You don't go to mechanic school. It's a hobby. You learn how to do it. You tinker in the garage. You rebuild an engine. That's sort of what I do in the kitchen.
That's awesome. Yeah. And I want to retract my statement. I do believe we have met in person.
Have we?
I think were you at Wanamaker's for one of the classes?
Oh yeah, we sponsored.
Yeah, well, he did a class with Sonny at the.
That one. That's where I met you.
Oh, and then he was also at the Grill Extravaganza one time when Dr. Barbecue was there doing his burger class.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Ryan used to have a really long beard, and then he. Oh
yeah. So Ryan, we did.
It got infested with bugs, so he had to shave it off. But then, but now he just looks like the guy from Pickers.
So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So that's my background.
Well, then how did you do on Master Ryan? I'm sure. I don't think you can find.
How did I do on Master Chef?
Well, hold on. All the food stuff you can never find on YouTube, because I know you were rampantly searching for Master Chef Season 1, Scott Fisher, and so we could watch you. Well, so how did you?
And wait, let me back up for 1 second. I can't forget that I left this out. When the Cubs won the World Series, I actually did the cake, the World Series cake for the Cubs at the Cubs convention. Swear to you, you could probably Google it and find it. We made a cake out of Wrigley. So I bake too. I bake, cook,
Yeah.
grill. I mean, you name it, I do it if it's in the kitchen. And this was the most amazing cake, really, that myself and the culinary team produced for that event.
Well, that's
So I'm
exciting.
sorry. Go ahead, Steve. What were you saying?
No, but so I mean, so how did you? I'm having a hard time asking questions tonight because there's so many different questions I want to ask.
Sure.
But well, because we have one of our guests and guest co-host is Ray Little Gringa Barker, and she was the 2023 MasterChef Junior Christmas Edition champion.
Oh.
So I forgot that you were on MasterChef. I know you know Gordon Ramsay, but I thought it was through other channels. But so how did you do on the show?
I did good. I mean, the dish that I created to get on it's a funny story about that. But I went on air with a roasted coconut shrimp recipe that is fabulous.
Yeah.
And it's a funny story.
Well, what's the story? Well, tell it.
You want me to tell the story of that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I had a dinner party at my house one night.
Yeah.
And a good friend of mine worked at Hugo's Frog Bar. He's a server, Tom Allegretti, who he just opened up a great bakery in the Chicago area. If you're in Lyle area, it's called Allegretti's Bakery and Cafe. Phenomenal.
Where
Go
is
see
that
Tom.
at? I am in the Lyle area.
He opened right. It's past, where Angeli's is, that restaurant, that Italian restaurant. If you go past,
Yeah.
You go down a ways. It's on the right hand side. It's on Chicago Avenue.
All right.
Anyways, go see Tom Allegretti. So I had a dinner party at my house, and Tom made this dish that blew me away, and it was this roasted coconut shrimp. And I thought it was the best thing I've ever eaten in my life. It was shrimp with panko breadcrumbs, and then a compound butter, which is just some butter with pineapple, honey, cayenne, phenomenal, salt, pepper. And you pop it over. You panko bread the shrimp with toasted coconut. You put the compound butter on. You put the shrimp over baby spinach leaves, roast it in the oven at like 410 degrees for 9 minutes. It sears the shrimp, cooks the spinach leaves on the bottom, and creates this delicious. It's phenomenal. Best dish I have ever eaten. And when MasterChef was coming out, Tom Allegretti called me and said, "Scott, you're going with me to audition." I was working in Seattle. I said, "Tom, I have no time to do this. I would love to do it. I can't. I'm in Seattle. There's no way." He goes, "You're doing it. I'll get the ingredient. You figure out what you want to make." I go, "Tom, I'll do it on one condition. I'll do it if I can make the roasted coconut shrimp." He said, "Absolutely, go for it. It's all yours. I'm doing a roast. Yeah. I'm doing a rack of lamb." I go, "Deal." We go audition. It was in the Chicago area at Sur La Table, actually, is where the audition was. Walk in with my dish. It's pouring rain. We're all waiting outside. And lo and behold, that night, I presented the dish, interviewed, but Fox had a camera crew in my home that very same night.
Wow.
So long story short is I got on MasterChef with this great dish of Tom Allegretti's, and he didn't make it on to MasterChef.
I was going to say, I knew that was going to happen. Yeah, he gave me the dish, and then he didn't make it.
For that dish, but
it's the only thing it's the only thing I could find. I was searching frantically, but I did find this.
There you go.
Boy,
yeah, it's on there. Yeah.
Guy.
Well, thank you. That's fun stuff. So that was the dish that I had made.
You kind of looked like Superman in that picture, the way you were standing like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
Well, I would be proud too if I got on it. I mean, this is all
I made it to the third episode. To answer your question, Steve, I made it to the third episode. Well, I was eliminated during a competition that wasn't my fault. Actually, what happened was, what you don't see in real time is you're cutting and chopping for hours, maybe 7-8 hours. And you're bound to cut yourself. Everybody was cutting themselves, especially in this particular challenge that we were doing with onions. It was an onion dish. And I cut myself. I ran to go get taped up. I ran back to the wrong station because there was one, and it was somebody else's bad work that was done. And when Gordon came over, I didn't realize where I was at. until it was too late, and then I was eliminated based on someone else's bad work. So, but it's real television, so
yeah.
So I mean, I'm curious about that now. So I mean, when you say what you see in the half-hour show or hour show, I can't remember how long there. How long is really that episode?
So
I mean,
so it's very true. So a lot of people have questions about reality TV, and the same holds true with Chopped, from what I understand. But on MasterChef, other than the first episode when we did our own dish, there is a library. Now you're locked in your room in your hotel. You have no you cannot enter and exit at random. You have to have a producer or somebody from the show come and get you if you want to go out of your room. You have no cell phone, no computer, nothing. You have a library that they created in the hotel that you can go and do research on. So you can research recipes, talk to some of your peers. You do know what some of the challenges are for the next few episodes. And you can prepare and you can keep little recipe notes with you. So it's not blind, but they want the reason why they keep you in your room and don't allow you to engage with anybody else throughout the day is they want all of that energy to be relinquished on camera. So they do, it's intentional. So they keep you behind closed doors and they release you when it's time to film. Now, when we film, it's real time, meaning that if there's a challenge and they give you 30 minutes to do your dish, you have 30 minutes. And if there's ever time when the cameras go down, you have to stop, wait for production to catch up, resume filming, and whatever's happening with your dish is happening. So with mine, because there was honey in my shrimp, so there's in that compound butter, there's honey, there's chili, there's butter, there's pepper, right? Well, what happens to honey when it gets cold?
It turns rock hard, not rock hard, but it you know what I mean? It
Solidifies.
turns solid.
Correct. Yeah. So what happened to me, luckily I always had a backup dish ready to go underneath. But when production went down in the very first episode, when I was presenting my dish to Gordon, it was Graham Elliott and Joe Bastianich, I had this roasted coconut shrimp that had this panko and honey and it solidified. So when Joe pulled it up, literally the whole thing came up. And when he tasted it, he said it tastes like breakfast cereal. He gave me a no, but Graham gave me a yes because the flavor was just so good. So so those things do happen. So when you're cooking on those shows, you are cooking in what I call real time, and whatever happens, if you don't prepare properly, your dish will suffer. So there is no editing when it comes to that. You just have to know how to work within that filming schedule.
I think that's the hardest thing.
I thought you were going to go with everything was still cooking and the honey, the sugar just burnt.
No, because by the time you finish your dish, now you're wheeling it in to where where Gordon is and the team. You may have to wait 10 minutes, so this dish kind of just sits there. So it makes it a little bit more challenging, and the stress happens right before the competition starts. Once you get involved in what you're doing, it's like second nature. It just you just flow. There's no nerves. Even when you're watching the clock, you're in your element. The hardest part is right out of the chutes. Yeah.
Well, Tricia and I watch we watch a lot of the baking shows, and I always laugh because to me I think those are somewhat kind of a little bit harder than the regular cooking shows. You see all these people like, oh, I own so and so bakery and such, and they're showing these like big gorgeous cakes and this and that, and it's just like you're looking, and then they get into the contest and they're doing this stuff, and it's like, yeah, you don't have like 6 hours to make this cake. It's like you got to make a cake in like an hour, and you could tell that there's a difference between making it in your bakery and then when you have all the time that you need to get it done correctly versus a time frame. So that's interesting. I didn't know that. I thought there was
and
I thought it was like an hour and they cut it down.
No, and I know that we want to talk a little bit. We want to get on like the whole Thanksgiving bandwagon. I can certainly share a lot of my tips, tricks, but one thing to keep in mind too, and it's something that resonated even through the show and what chefs realize is that when you're preparing and you're cooking for a large group, you have family over, you're grilling, you've got side dishes in the oven, people are always trying to time it so everything comes out hot. And I will tell you, some of the best dishes are served at room temperature or lukewarm. It's a big misconception. Nothing has to be piping hot. The flavors actually get better when it's warm.
Yeah.
Oh, as it settles.
It's sort of like think about the best ice cream. If you go to Jenny's and you get a frozen solid scoop of ice cream, the best flavor is going to be when the ice cream sort of mellows out a little bit and gets a little softer.
Soft, yeah.
And then you can taste all the flavors. If it's rock hard, solid,
sucks.
Cold, you're not getting that flavor. So it's the same with food. I'm not saying to serve room temperature or lukewarm food at your meals, but don't overthink it and try to get everything out piping hot, because it's not designed to be that way. Food is best when it's sitting out. In fact, one of my most favorite food memories when I was younger, we would go visit my family. They were in Montpelier, Vermont. My aunt every year would go out and get a smoked turkey, which to me, I thought it was ham. It was just so good. And that turkey, and I kid you not, sat on a cutting board with a knife in her kitchen on the counter. And throughout the day, we would go snowmobiling, cross-country skiing, walking through the park, playing outside, watching football, doing what. And as we would walk through the kitchen, we would just take that knife and cut off a hunk of that turkey. Ooh. And eat it as we go. And all through the day and night, people would just come and whack off that meat from the turkey. And it's, again, and because it didn't have to, it wasn't piping hot. It was room temperature all day. And it was I swear to this day it was a ham, but she tells me no, it was turkey. But it was so good. It was smoked somewhere in the backwoods of Vermont. It was the best. But the point is that don't overthink it and try to think that everything's got to be timed perfectly for your holiday meals. It doesn't have to be that way.
It doesn't have to be piping hot.
No.
Well, to me, it's like
if it's resonates with me right now because I know it's totally off subject, but you're talking about something being piped. I went to Taco Bell the other night just to grab a cheesy bean and rice burrito, and I took a bite, and it literally stuck to the roof of my mouth. It burned the top of my mouth.
Yeah,
it was terrible.
Well, that's the way I look at it too. I mean, if it's piping hot, you can't enjoy it. You can't eat it anyway. And if you do try to eat it, you're not really going to enjoy it because you're too busy trying to do the old.
Correct.
Trying to.
Trust me, your holiday table, even when you're making your mac and cheese or you're doing your barbecue, your grilling or your briskets, whatever, the flavor is great when it mellows out. I mean, that's when you can really. I'm not saying to serve it cool to room temperature, but it doesn't have to. You don't have to. It doesn't have to be bubbling hot, and you don't have to worry about timing it so that it all comes out at the same temperature at the same time.
Just a little disclaimer: we're not saying leave your food out to where it's not safe, people.
No.
Just.
Why don't you? We do have a couple comments, Ryan. Let's.
Okay. I don't see any comments, so you have to.
No, that's okay. You're fine.
Adam Sherwin came in and says, "Good evening, guys."
What's up, Adam? Good to see you. I just sent out a bunch of stuff to Adam.
Hey, Adam.
Used to be stationed over in Germany. He's now over in Arizona. He's moved to he owns a house now. Congratulations, Adam, on the house. I just sent him a whole bunch of stuff. He ordered some smoke and ghost rub and he needed some poultry shears so that he can spatchcock that turkey on Thanksgiving. And he also got free samples of fat cow jerky.
Oh,
whoa.
Oh, wait, I saw something there.
I'm going to put that back up. Adam got samples of cow. I haven't even gotten samples. Anyways, never mind.
And then
Adam, there's my buddy. There's Kevin, the best corned beef kid on the. So, Can we give Kevin a shout out? Should we give Kevin a shout out?
Oh, yeah, we can give anybody a shout out.
Let's give Kevin. So, Kevin's my buddy that I met through you, Steve. So now I'm on QVC, as you mentioned, and and I always joke around. You know what QVC stands for, don't you?
No.
Quickly vanishing cash, because it's you buy a lot. It's impulse buying at its best. And so I've been on QVC now for 3 years, going on 4, and it's really a great way for me to showcase all of our great provisions from Happy to Meet You on TV and sell live. So within 8 minutes, we sell quite a large amount of product. So I have this kit that I do. We do a corned beef from Chicago. We make a corned beef from sirloin, actually, not brisket. And it's slow roasted, slow steamed, cut thin, very little fat, enough fat to give it flavor. And I bundle the corned beef with Toronto rustic rye bread from Toronto Baking in Chicago. And I needed a mustard. And Steve said, "You've got to try this one mustard that we have at Wanamaker's." And he said, it's a guy, a local guy, here in this area. And I tried it. I took it home and I tried it, and it blew me away. And like I said, I really know that I have a good palate and a good sense of flavor. And when I tasted this mustard, I had never experienced any other mustard like it. And I said, we have got to do this. We have to include this in our kit. So I reached out to Kevin Kelly, and
the rest is history.
The rest is history. All because of Steve's introduction. So see, Steve.
Yeah. Did you hear that, Ryan?
I want to throw your website up there too. So it's happy to meet you.
Yes, happy to meet you. MEAT, the letter U.com.
What happened to the Y and the O?
And you can, and if you want to follow me on Instagram, then you can see all the happenings and see some of the celebrity chef partnerships that I'm working with now. And that's happy to meet you, MEATYOU official. So it's happy to meet you official on Instagram. And I just did a partnership collaboration with Martha Stewart, Carla Hall, who's so great and so terrific. And I did one with Jeffrey Zakarian as well. So on QVC. So it's been a wild ride, to say the least.
Well,
Kevin,
but anyways, going back to Kevin. So Kevin,
thanks, Steve.
There you go, Kevin.
You're welcome.
If I would suggest,
you're welcome, Kevin.
You run, don't walk to Wanamaker's. If you want to grab some of Kevin's mustard, the Kelly's gourmet mustard, delicious.
It is the great mustard.
It is a great mustard. I don't even know how many you have left there, Steve, but.
Well, there's more coming in, but right now, Kevin, I'm down to 3 jars. So.
And I'm telling you, if people know how.
I'm going to increase the price.
Yeah, it's amazing. Best mustard.
So do you
ever.
think? So you think, Scott, there be like any chance you could put a word into Martha Stewart's ear that you did this fantastic podcast and she should really be a guest on the show?
Hey, you never know, Steve. You never know.
I mean, I did. Yeah, I did hook you up with the mustard. I mean, I think that's a fair trade. Mustard for Martha Stewart, I think.
Well, I will tell you that she loved Kevin's mustard. I think he's got a better chance of interviewing her at this point. But
I can have him. I can have him on as a guest co-host. Anything to make it happen. Make it happen.
Wait, now,
I'm getting kicked out of here now.
No, Ryan. If you go to my Instagram, you'll see the first picture with me and Martha holding the mustard. She actually made a homemade mustard. She was so impressed with what we were doing. She made a mustard for me that day and gave it to me. And wouldn't you know, I took it to the airport, and I carried it on, and they threw it away at the airport.
So did you get to taste it?
I did.
So
it was good, but I gotta say, no disrespect to Martha, it's very good. Kevin's.
That's pretty good. I was going to see if you would say that it was better because I know you're doing the collaboration thing with Martha. That I was going to see if you would like take the chance of, but nobody watches this show anyway, so I don't know why I was worried. But
especially tonight when we don't have
nothing's going out right.
Endorsement.
I mean, Kevin Kelly's here. You don't need anything more than that.
Is
but
Kevin
yeah,
still on, or did he tune out?
He's still there. He's still commented along. But no, if you can find a way to get that to work with Martha, I'll tell you, I would be. If it would make you happy, I'd stop talking to you.
I'll get her on the show. Here she is. She's here.
Oh, there it is! Wow. Hey, there's me and Martha.
Is that's her mustard, right? That wasn't.
That was the one that she made for me. Yeah.
Doesn't look like it has the same consistency as a good Kelly's gourmet mustard.
Yeah,
Kevin said set it up.
See, set it up. Kevin says make it happen, and get Martha on here. We'll talk mustard.
Right. Well, and Kevin's, Kevin's
dog.
made in small batches too. So it's, when we sell out, and we usually sell a lot of that. I mean, we sell almost, my God, we sell 800 to 900 units in 8 minutes.
You realize I don't think I've sold 800 or 900 units, and I've been selling it for probably about 5 years.
Oh, it's crazy.
Your name, Kate.
My first time on QVC, I sold 3,000 pounds of bacon in 8 minutes. It's just staggering. And what we do is, with Happy to Meet You, because we cut all restaurant. We cut for the restaurants, Provision House, through my partnership with International Meat Company,
which is a very cool place, by the way.
Really cool place. The majority of the steaks that are cut for the restaurant industry. So, some of the customers there, Rosebud Steakhouse, Shaw's Crab House. So when I cut steaks and we sell our steaks and the provisions to, through QVC and to folks at home, we don't stock or warehouse meat. We cut fresh every day. So when that order is placed that morning, starting at 4 a.m., those steaks are cut fresh, cryovac. We do a quick flash. We don't freeze, but we do a quick flash freeze before it goes out, just for the integrity of shipping, especially in the summer months. But we ship fresh. So everything that you get, even our QVC customers, when we're shipping thousands of orders for the week, everything is cut fresh to order. So it's nothing that we pull out of inventory. So it's very different, very unique. And that's really what gives us the difference. And that was the foundation of what I thought was really important, was to cut fresh and deliver fresh and fast.
Wow, look at that comment from Kevin Kelly.
Scott has sold more than 347
stores.
Wow.
HEB.
Is that HEB? Is that, Kevin, is that really true?
That's a grocery store, in Texas.
Yeah, wow.
And then Steve said Snoop Dogg will say.
Well, don't laugh. Working with Martha and Snoop, I'm trying to get our hot dogs on and call, we wanted to sell Snoop dogs. So we've got a great hot dog, great Chicago dog. So
have you been trying? Are you been trying to work your way through Martha to?
Said yes.
To get the Snoop contact so that you guys can do that on QVC?
I would love to do that. Yeah.
Snoop Dogg pushing the Chicago dog.
Right now, Martha taste tested all of our products, our steaks, and we were doing samples back and forth to New York, and she loved them. So it was a real big. And that was what prompted that relationship to move forward, so that we'll be doing private labeling meats for Martha, but to her specifications and her to her rules of the road. So it's pretty exciting.
Just saying, if it comes up in conversation, just say, hey, I know this little show it was the funnest show I think I've ever been on. And Kevin Kelly likes it.
and his mustard's better than yours.
Oh,
right. So anyway, so the Happy to Meet You thing. I mean, but you do now. Happy to Meet You does it have? You got. Just so everybody knows, if you have a question about Thanksgiving or cooking turkey or this or this or this, feel free to ask at any point in time, because obviously we're working our way to Thanksgiving, but Scott's got a lot of interesting things and he's got a lot of cool things that goes on. So Happy to Meet You. You have everything, because we did a class over there a few years ago with Sonny and your partner. We went over to the plant. And we got a little tour. Obviously, it was the weekend, so nobody was there. It's a pretty cool little factory thing.
It is.
But you do everything. But I mean, you can get everything. There's little kits in there. There's a whole bunch of different little things.
So you can actually get some of that. So right across the street from International is about, a couple of years, 2 years now, I think. The partners there, the principals there, opened up Top Butcher Market. So it's literally for the local area. It's right there on Grand Avenue in Chicago. If you're ever around, pop in. You can get great. I mean, my buddy Dave Burney, who runs Top Butcher, who's first cousins with Jeff Morrow. Actually, it's Jeff's first cousin, Dave. Dave does a great brisket, great smoked brisket.
Where is Jeff Morrow? I thought he was going to be on the show today.
I don't know. Ask Dave. You should get Dave on your get Dave on your show. Dave will come on. He's great. A lot of unique items there. Everything's cut fresh though, and made for the briskets that are done are phenomenal. You know, we have the large indoor smoker. Our corned beef, the corned beef that we do in the smoker is amazing. I don't know if you had a chance to taste it, you guys. Just phenomenal. So it's a great market. We bring a lot of the steaks that are cut from international or brought over to Top Butcher, so you can pick up some fresh steaks right in the butcher case that was cut fresh right from the meat purveyors themselves. I mean, you can't get it any better or any fresher. So it's a really neat location.
No, I think the last time I was up there, I was picking up the hamburger and the signs and stuff for the Grill Extravaganza. I think that was 2 years ago. And the gentleman, it may be that Dave you're talking about, he came out and brought me a sandwich to taste. I think it was called the Sinatra.
The Sinatra. Yeah, that's Dave's creation.
It was so
that's like a brujol. It's an Italian sausage.
So
that's
good.
Actually rolled. It's flattened out and rolled with cheese. It's phenomenal.
It was
marinara
amazing.
sauce. It's amazing. Yeah, go there and get the Sinatra. I think Steve Dolinsky was there. When he was when he just did his last food series. And really. Yeah.
Who's the guy there that looks like he used to do a lot of your videos? I don't see as many videos as I used to, but he looks like he does his little Guy Fieri look.
Oh yeah, Joe. He's no longer there. He left to go on some other adventures. But yeah, Joey. Yeah, we had it wasn't intentional. I think he looked like Guy Fieri before Guy Fieri looked like Guy Fieri. So.
Well, that's too bad. But yeah, no, it is a cool little restaurant, cool little shop and everything. Ryan, I don't know if you can go. It might be on my Facebook or I think it's on my Facebook, maybe in videos way back to like 2023. Might be able to find some pictures or some videos that we did when we were there. But anyway, so QVC. How often do you don't do QVC here? Sometimes you do, I guess, but you normally, is it Philadelphia that you go all the time?
Yeah, fly out to Philly. Sometimes, when I'm not flying to Philly, I'll do something very similar to what we're doing tonight, and we did Skype in before. Now we do Teams, so I'll team in, but that's rare. QVC has actually 3 channels. So when I do QVC2, I'll sometimes do it remote. Otherwise, I'm live in studio, and I'm going to be back out there actually on November 19th, QVC during Gourmet Holiday, somewhere between 2 and 4 Eastern. I'm back with our corned beef kit and Kevin's mustards.
And what was that on the 19th?
A week from next Wednesday, I'm back on live with our corned beef kit.
Do they do like call-ins? Can I call in?
Ryan, if you go to QVC right now, go to QVC.com, pull up our corned beef kit, take a look at the intro when I did it live from the streets of Chicago, and you'll see the corned beef and Kevin's mustard. For people that may want, if you really want to bore people, pull that up and let people see that. But it'll give you a glimpse of what I'm referring to.
It doesn't get any bored than just our normal show, Scott. So it might be kind of exciting. Ryan, now that I think about it, that might not be in there because I know Facebook has been going through deleting a lot of older stuff.
But if you go to the corned beef kit, you'll see exactly how we open up the show, and you'll see Kevin's mustard live on QVC. You'll see how we present it. It's really good.
It's getting cut in half right now. Like I'm just.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's it. Yeah, that's it. You'll see it.
Show the rest of us.
And the beautiful background of Chicago. It looks amazing. Yeah, this is kind of like, where's the B-roll? We'll do a little B-roll of me on QVC so you can see it.
Getting there. We're getting there. Let's see. How do I?
It might be tomorrow morning, but Ryan's getting.
Hey, listen, Steve.
I'm just, you know what? I can't even make fun of you today because I'm just in awe and think of you as such a hero. Here we go.
Oh, that's not it. But it's corned beef kit from Chicago. If you go back, that's the wrong one. If you go to the corned beef,
there's no mustard in that one.
Yeah, the corned beef kit. If you go, just search "Happy to Meet You," and then you'll see the corned beef kit, and then you'll see the opening from Chicago.
Look at this.
That's
searching
right
live,
there.
people. We're searching live.
Check this out. This is a great Chicago
Oh, there's
moment.
Kevin's-
There it
I
is.
saw
There
Kevin's
it is. Look at the
mustard.
background.
Excited about
That
this
was
one
the
all day. I
one
think we
did
all
with,
have because we
that's it.
cannot keep this one in
And,
stock.
and there's Kelly's Gourmet Mustard right front and
It is
center.
from Happy to Meet You. Yes, a food brand
Yeah, right
based
there.
out of
I like the bikes in the
Chicago,
background.
which
Those guys
really
are really doing
makes me
it.
happy.
The best
They're
part
getting
was that
4.5
we had
pounds of the
rappers and
cured-
breakdancers jump in the middle of the cell. It was actually as funny as hell, but
I didn't see the mustard.
that was live from Chicago.
It was right there in the middle.
Anyway, so that's
So how long does it take? I mean, how long are you do them live though, right?
yeah. It's an 8-minute presentation.
Wow. How do you do
So
that?
we do all the travel,
I mean, just-
all the prep, all the ordering, for 8 minutes of airtime.
But I mean, I'm just from knowing you for the last couple of years, how do you do 8 minutes of a smooth delivery? That's what I just don't.
You know what, Steve? I don't even. There's no teleprompter. You can't sound like a blabbering idiot because you can only.
You only get one. You only get one shot.
You only get one shot, and there's no redo. I mean, it's
Here, Steve,
live
here's
TV. So
Here's
you
your
have to,
Kelly's mustard.
you know, it's kind of like, rubbing your head and patting your stomach. You've got
there
a
it is.
producer talking, you got your line producers in your ear, you got the host asking you questions, and you have to deliver the sales presentation on why this corned beef is so good. So it's really, the Cirque du Soleil of selling meat.
You didn't cut your hand. That's a plus. Look at that sandwich, ladies and gentlemen.
No,
Look at that
and look
mustard.
at that Kelly's mustard.
I mean,
too.
if you
How
could have
about
turned
that?
the label a little bit more, so I just see
Well,
Kell.
It's not all about Kevin, actually. He knows I'm joking.
Someone
It's,
crashed this.
Well, you
track
did.
with that.
You did
Turtles
kind of
and
get
what's going on.
in trouble one time, didn't you? You were talking too much about the mustard and not enough about.
I did. So I got my Scott. You're there to sell corned beef, not the mustard. Yeah. But when I really am passionate about something, I just, I go on.
I know. No.
So we're getting
As
close
we
to our
talk-
hour here. We haven't talked anything about Thanksgiving.
Well,
let's
now's a
talk
good
about
time to-
Thanksgiving. Let's talk about meat preparation, grilling techniques. How you tell me where you want me to start.
I gotta I'm doing the bird this year, so we're gonna fire up the smoker and spatchcock it. And what should I season? What should I inject? Should I butter underneath the skin?
Yeah, see, I love injecting. And here's my favorite way to inject. Literally, and I learned this a long time ago. I think I learned this from the guys at Masterbuilt back in the day. They made the smokers, Masterbuilt smokers, if you're familiar.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite injection, honestly, is melted butter and garlic powder. The real fine powder, because if it gets clumpy, it won't go through the needle. You inject it and it'll clog up.
Clog it up.
And that's it. A little melted butter. Well, a lot of melted butter, garlic powder. Mix that up. Put it in your syringe and inject that into the bird under the skin. And then you're, no pun intended, you're killing two birds with one stone. You're getting it all. You're getting it all injected. But
I think we had one of those.
that's my
There is one of them.
favorite way to inject. And what happens is, it'll start to get cool underneath the skin, but as it cooks, it's self-basting. So you don't need to rub butter under the skin, melt it, and then inject it. It'll solidify and it'll baste as you go.
Do you do like a seasoning with that too, or just the garlic?
Just the garlic. I do that for a roast, and I do that for a bird in the oven. Now when you're not doing that, here's my next most favorite prep for either poultry or beef. If you're doing, a prime rib or a roast, you take about and I'm not joking, you take almost about a whole bulb of fresh garlic, chop it very fine, and get a lot of kosher salt, throw it on a board, and you make a paste. You salt and garlic, you make this paste. You take your knife and you keep going back and forth, or put it, in a mortar and pestle, and just get it all smooth and creamy, because that kosher salt will really, break down that garlic. Then rub that all over the bird or the roast and let it sit for either overnight in the fridge, or even if it's just throughout the day. and then roast it with that. It is phenomenal, and you will have the most tastiest poultry and beef you can ever imagine. Forget all the other rubs and blends. And I'm a purist at heart, and if you have good quality meats, then and I was taught this a long time ago, actually by Mario Batali. Believe it or not, we did a cooking event at the time back in the day. Man, where was that? That was at.
Jeez,
I
Mario.
think it was at Macy's. I think it was at Macy's. We did an
That's
event.
a
And
name.
he
That's a
told
name
me
from the past.
Yeah, it's small. Well, it's true. But he said everything is layers of flavor, but in small quantities. As you know, small quantities, and that's when you do small quantities of layers of flavor. It then builds and brings out the best quality of whatever you're cooking. The more you throw in, the more mishmashy it is. So simple. Simple is always the way to go. In basting, there's a lot of techniques too that I've learned throughout the years. I'll just give you a tip. If you're doing eggs at home, a lot of people will put butter in a pan, throw the eggs in and salt, pepper, whatever, right? No. Or if you're basting a sunny side up egg, you always season the oil or the butter first. Think about it. If you have a pan with oil or butter, season that, and then when you throw your egg in, it's already going to get all that flavor from that, from the butter, from the oil. Same thing holds true with pasta sauce. And if you're doing, like a Parmesan and oil and butter, in the bowl, what I do is I take olive oil, I line the inside of my bowl with the olive oil, and then I'll take fresh Parmesan cheese, adhere that to the olive oil inside the bowl, and then I'll take fresh cracked black pepper and I'll crack that. Now everything's lining on the bowl, right? So you've got your oil, you've got your Parmesan, you've got your black pepper. Now you take the pasta out of the pot. You don't drain it ever. I never drain pasta ever. And then when you put that hot pasta with that water into that bowl that you're going to serve in, it's like the car wash. It's like all those little fingers are pulling off all of that flavor from the side of the bowl. And now you've marinated and seasoned your pasta organically versus adding it at the last minute. So some real cool techniques and things to think about.
I got to go
use
back
that for your griddle, Brian.
I got to go back and clip this because I want to send it to my wife because she drains the water every time.
Yeah, no.
I drain the water too.
No. Never.
It's
I
totally
never,
different.
Ever.
It's totally
And then-
different when you just take it right out of the pot and just, let some of the water drip off a little bit. But
And some of the things that we do is true. And this is when I do the houseware show every year, the International Houseware Show. I've been part of the culinary team for as long as I can remember. And I'll never forget, I had a problem with a pan. It was from Germany that I used, and the pan melted close to the handle where the back of the. So I brought it back to this representative that I met at the houseware show. She said, "What's wrong with all of you Americans?" And I go, "What are you talking about?" She goes, "You guys crank the heat so high, the flames are coming up. You're melting it." She said, "You're the only country that keeps the flames this high. You have a knob on your stove. Turn it down." And that's so true. People think that you have to crank that heat real high. You don't. Subtle, low flames. People think you've got to crank it so the flames are shooting out the sides. You don't. So everything in moderation. So even when you're making eggs, cook your eggs, turn the flame off. Let the eggs finish with the residual heat.
Yeah.
The same principle when you're doing a roast. And, that's why smoking, you're doing it at a lower temperature. Think about it. You're doing it at a lower temperature, longer time. That's the optimal way to cook.
Somebody just said that about the Blackstone too. Is that's how they do their eggs? They heat it up, they get it ready, they do their whatever they're cooking, their bacon, their sausage, stuff like that in the morning, and then when they're ready to do their eggs, they shut it off and then crack on it and just let it go.
Let it go. Yep.
That Blackstone, they're so smart, Ryan.
And and everybody. I'm not speaking of the Blackstone. Another good cooking tip. Everybody always says, "How do I know when it's time to flip my burgers?" You ever find the person who's grilling, and you're trying to figure out, all right, should I flip now? Do I keep flipping? Do I flip once? Do I flip twice? Your burgers will talk to you and tell you when it's time without you even having to touch them or look at them. Or feel. As soon as you start seeing moisture and those little bubbles on the top surface of your burger, flip.
Just once.
Now you can flip more, but that's
Ryan's a constant flipper.
No, I'm not, Steve.
That's okay.
Actually,
You are too.
You can flip. Flipping's good when you're doing steaks. And we learned this in one of your classes, Steve. I think it was with Myron. Was he there that day when I was there? I think.
No.
Scott?
Who
for
was
what?
there?
Or Sean? For Sean
Well,
from...
No.
No. Meathead?
It was Meathead, yeah. Said some things
Myron's never been there.
No.
I wish Myron.
I've
been trying to get Myron on the show for 2 years.
So here's some tips that I have. If you have average steaks, I swear to you, if you just want to cook a perfectly medium steak, possibly a medium rare, but medium steak, I promise you, it'll never fail. If you do 6 minutes aside on an average size, about an inch to an inch and a half thick steak or pork chop, or 6 minutes aside, you can set it on your timer on your phone. 6 minutes, flip, another 6 minutes, pull it off. You will cook a perfectly cooked steak or chop, medium without any questions. I could do it in my sleep. It's just it works that way. And then a lot of people want to know what's the best way to cook or grill and prep my meat, my steaks, my chops. The best thing to do, what I like to do, it's the best for me, which I think works, is always let your steaks. You get a baking sheet, put a rack on there. Literally, you don't do salt and pepper. You just do a generous amount of salt on both sides. Let that steak breathe, put it on a rack so air can circulate, pop it back in your fridge and let it chill out all day in the fridge or even overnight. You're kind of self-aging. And that's allowing the salt will draw out. It doesn't really draw out, to say it draws out the moisture. It does. It does take some of it up, but it intensifies the flavor of the meat. But the moisture will come back into the steak from the natural protein. So then take it out. You don't need a steak will cook the same whether it's at room temperature or if it comes out of the fridge. It's a whole myth, and it's been proven time and time again. A lot of people say cook it at room, close to room temperature, let it chill out on your counter. It's okay to do that, but you don't have to. You can go right from the fridge, let it sit out a few minutes, then throw it on the grill. It'll cook the same way. And the reason why we don't put pepper on a steak, because I just said just salt it, is because if you have fresh cracked black pepper and you're charring it on the grill, pepper, when it gets heated and hot, will tend to get bitter and it will burn. So think about it like your Caesar salad when you go to the restaurant. What do? You get your Caesar salad, it's all made fresh. They come around with a pepper grinder and say, would you like fresh pepper on your salad? Yeah, sure. And they give you a grind. Same thing with your steak. You don't need to season it with pepper because it'll only get bitter and char. Salt it.
Well, there goes all those steak rubs I got.
Well, no. I'm talking about so there's different times. That's not necessarily the case. Rubs have its purpose. If I'm doing a classic prime cut of beef, and I want to be able to really taste the pureness of the beef.
Yeah.
Or you've got a T-bone. That's what I do. But if you like, if you do you is how I say it. If you want to rub, go ahead and pick your. I'm talking about a classic preparation from a chef.
What's your favorite? This is going to be the question of the month for every guest. But what's your favorite side for Thanksgiving?
So I would have to say my favorite side is there's one that I just came up with. It's a potatoes au gratin, but made in the line of a French onion soup. So think caramelized onions, with Gruyere mixed into a au gratin potato with like a bechamel. That's my favorite. It's probably That and a Vidalia, that's one of my favorites. And my other favorite is a Vidalia onion pie. I actually did that
Really?
recipe on Channel 7 on ABC News. I did that recipe for Thanksgiving, actually, here locally in Chicago. We created it. It's a Vidalia onion pie. It's pie crust, boatload of Vidalia onions and butter, salt, pepper, a little bit of nutmeg. It's absolutely, and eggs. It's a custard-based pie that's all onions, but it's not overpowering. It's sweet. It's delicious. I would honestly say that is my favorite side dish.
The Vidalia onion pie?
A Vidalia onion pie. I have the recipe. If people really want that recipe, they can get a hold of any of us, and I'll get the recipe.
And send me the recipe because I'm off on Thanksgiving, and maybe I'll make that and I'll take a picture of it and see.
That honestly, I didn't even have to. Now that that's actually my favorite. That's actually my favorite side dish. Think of it like a Vidalia onion meets a quiche, I guess is the best way to think about it. But it's literally chock full of onions. It's got Gruyere melted on top, and it gets kind of like caramelized on top. The pie crust is buttery and delicious. It is a home run.
I want to get caught up here real quick. Michael Gambetti said he's smoking right now. I don't know what he's smoking, but and then the hardest part about smoking all day is staying sober. And then Kevin Kelly asked earlier, he said, have you done a turducken?
Have I done a turducken? No.
I know I haven't.
I haven't either. And then back to the steaks. He said every steak needs 8 layers with 5 different rubs.
Well, I don't know, Ryan. I don't know what your favorite side is, but now I'm sure my stovetop stuffing doesn't compare to the daily onion pie with Gruyere. And
I love stovetop stuffing.
I kind of felt sad saying it after Scott laid out these 2 gorgeous potatoes al gratin with French style.
Indian potatoes al gratin.
And I love a homemade green bean casserole too. So
I love that. I was going to say green bean casserole. That's one thing I have to have for Thanksgiving is green bean casserole.
So Trisha makes a great green bean casserole. Unfortunately, I don't like green beans.
Oh, you don't like green beans?
No.
But it looks really cool.
Yeah, looks nice. It's probably one of my faves.
Oh, Michael said he's using a smoke tube on a gas grill, and Brandon test it out before I actually buy a smoker. Yeah, that's the way to do it, man. Trial and error.
The amazing smoke tube works pretty well.
Yeah, if you go to Watermakers, Steve can take you through. I've talked to him about countless grills and actually picked one up.
Yeah,
we've done Scott comes in quite a bit. We always have a good time.
And I do taste, and I walked away with a number of the rubs. Rubs have its place. I use rubs. I'll do rubs on my pork chops. I'll do rubs on my beef. On my,
Are you bone-in pork chop or no?
I'm a bone. Yeah, I love the bone-in chops. We do some really good bone-in chop. We have actually a French bone-in chop. Our pork is absolutely delicious.
I love a nice big thick pork chop.
Well, maybe when you come in next time, you can bring some with you or something.
Yeah, and the thing to remember too is when you're grilling, if you're grilling steaks or you're on it, is make sure the steaks. People think the steak has 2 sides, and it really doesn't. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. So you want to make sure you sear the outside edge, the fat cap. You want to get that nice and charred. You want to obviously get both sides of the steak. I'm not a grill mark kind of a guy because, think about it. You're searing the one side, you're searing the other side, you're searing the bottom, you're searing the top, and all the sides.
6.
Yeah, there you go.
So 6.
You thought I was just doing some kind of strange signals.
The Macarena. Right?
Macarena. That's going on a clip. I know it is.
It has to be. But go ahead, Ryan. I just watched it on the side replay.
The replay on the Instagram.
Instagram's on a delay.
Instagram, Robert Rose, how you doing over there? I see.
I got to watch it again. Robert Rose is on. Is he on here? Is he on Instagram?
He's over on Instagram, but he did say cornbread pudding.
Oh, that sounds good too.
Cornbread's my favorite. Cornbread's my favorite. I like a sweet cornbread, not a savory cornbread.
There goes the grill grates.
There goes grill grades.
I mean, they look nice. Don't get me wrong. But on a
I
black
bought the
one,
grill. In fairness, I bought grill grates from Steve. I bought them from Wanamaker's.
Did you use them?
I did.
You like them?
Yeah, but now I see. I just.
sear the
He
whole.
just does the Macarena. He just
Yeah.
does the.
I like this here. Actually, when I do my meats, if I'm not smoking, and actually, let's talk. Can we talk about smoking for a minute? And this is my opinion. People are probably gonna. I'll get hate mail right now. I know it.
Sure.
But let me explain what I love and don't love about smoked meats. Okay. You have to really understand that smoke is an ingredient.
Correct.
People think, and the misconception is, it's the smoke that's cooking the meats low and slow. It's not. It's loading it with that smoky flavor. Now, with that said, the reason why I like Dave's smoked meats, like the brisket at Top Butcher, is because it's not heavily, it's used as a very small amount, because there is nothing worse than eating barbecue and an hour later you're belching it up and all you can taste is that smoke and it's living inside you. I can't stand that. With that being said, use your smoke as an ingredient and control the amount. Don't overdo it or you're going to get a bitter, overly smoky piece of meat. And I've been to some of the top barbecue spots throughout Chicago and have experienced way over smoked meats. And it takes away from the flavor. It almost overpowers it or overtakes
Well, it masks it. Yeah.
it. Masks
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah.
when you smoke at home, make sure you do a controlled smoke and you don't need to keep adding your wood throughout the 12, 18, 20, 24 hours that you're smoking.
No,
Let the heat, it's the heat that cooks your food, not the smoke. So
Well, and I got a funny barbecue story, but so Clarendon Hills, they have this rib competition every year. It's just amateur people, okay? And Trisha before me she would eat barbecue, but not as often as when I have it. So she's become kind of like a barbecue snobby type of person, such as myself.
Yeah.
And we went to this competition. It's all just backyard people, okay? So I'll go and I'll start. She was kind of just watching and whatever, and I was eating stuff, and I took a bite of one, and I took a little bite, and I went threw it down. I said, no good at all. And she's like, well, what do you mean? And I said, here, you try it. So she took a bite into it. She's like, oh my God, it tastes like a fucking chimney. And I said, yeah. I said, this has got it is so smoky. It whatever. So anyway, so then one of the guys that I know that invited me at the first time, I was asking him about it. I said, there was one there. It was so, I swear to God, I don't even think I was eating the meat. I thought I was eating the smoke coming off the smoker,
yeah.
And he said, we were watching the guy. He was taking, because he wanted more smoke flavor. He was taking liquid smoke and he was sprinkling it out.
Yeah.
And I said, dude, that's like a concentrate. You're supposed to just like, he's like, oh no, he was like, I said, oh my God, no wonder why it tasted
like
so
a
bad.
Worcestershire sauce, just stuff.
Yeah, he was saucing it. Or like, saucing it with the.
Michael came in with a great question. At this,
Yeah, there's a Zantac pudding.
There's such a thing as too much smoke. Yes.
Yes.
Is there yes, there's who is that? Michael. Whoever asked that, Michael. Yes, there's definitely a thing of too much smoke. Remember what I said, and I say this with peace and love. It's you have to control. Smoke is an ingredient. Don't overdo it. And everybody will think, and they're going to, when you do it the right way, people will be blown away.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm the master of the under 8-hour brisket, smoked brisket. Believe it or not.
Just like Scott said, it's an ingredient. Like you can use too much seasoning. If you put too much seasoning on something, it's just going to overpower it. It's the same thing with the smoke.
Right. And then I have another good tip too. When it comes to seasoning and flavors, what I like to do is I like to season the cutting board. So what I'll do is, depending on what I'm making and how I'm serving it, whether it's a barbecue-based sauce or it's a oil with fresh herbs and Italian, take your cutting board, put a little olive oil down, some herbs, then take your roast or whatever and then as you're slicing, the meat will fall on the cutting board. And then again, it'll pick up the flavors of that oil instead of doing a drizzle over the top. If it's a chimichurri,
Look at Scott.
season the board when you're cutting. And
So I got on Instagram. I got an Instagram. I got the Smoking Griddle boys, Ryan, are over here on,
Wow.
on
Mesquite is
Instagram.
too much.
And what they said, hey cuties, it must be me and Scott.
I'm sure it's
Oh, right.
And it said grill grates are legit. I use them on my Wagyu steaks. Alrighty. And he says, you better speak highly of Trisha. She's a nice lady. She is a nice lady. She puts up with me all the time. So yeah. So anyway, that's where we're at.
Yeah, I've never cooked with mesquite.
No, mesquite's kind of died off. When I first started running the grill department over there in like 2014, that was the number one.
It was
selling of anything. Whether it was Traeger pellets or whatever, it was mesquite. And if it was chips and chunks, it was mesquite because that's what everybody thought.
Yeah. You know where that came from?
From Texas, right? Texas?
No,
or
Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Oh, but anyway, it is the heaviest, deepest smoke. You can really add a lot of smoke with very little mesquite, I would think.
Yes.
But true. now it's 11, 12 years later, it is my least selling flavor of wood. I've had now, I'm down to like having 6 bags of Traeger mesquite on the floor, and those 6 bags have been sitting there for.
So I'll tell you why
probably
mesquite
like a
was
month.
so here's why mesquite was so popular. And when I took a trip when I was in my 20s, not that long ago, to Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Yeah.
And Santa Fe really embodied mesquite. But I'll tell you why it was good and why it was so popular and how it was massacred when people tried doing it locally. When you cooked over mesquite wood in Santa Fe, think about this. It was over big grills, outdoor grills, and ovens, where the wood was in big chunks and the smoke wasn't contained. So the smoke went. So you were getting really the heat and you were getting that kiss of the mesquite flavor.
Right.
Now, what happened was people thought, oh, well, and it was. When I had mesquite in Santa Fe, it was amazing. I mean, amazing. So now people brought it home or tried doing it at home, like with hickory. And they were doing it in self-containing all of that smoke from the mess. And and it's too potent. If you just take mesquite wooden logs on an open fire on a gaucho grill and use it, you're going to be fine. As long as you're not encasing it and having it really penetrate the meat. So if you're just kissing it with some flavor, it's great. If you're using it within a smoker in a confined space, absolutely not.
You said Gaucho Grill. I do want to give a shout out to everybody out there in Hondo, Texas this weekend, because it is the Texas meetup, or the what is it called? Right?
Fire meetup.
The open fire meetup. Open fire meetup. Al Fergoni and his gang, and there I've been seeing videos of it. I am jealous beyond jealous upon jealous.
I seen Michelle's picture when she was leaving.
Was she done? But I mean, I saw who did I see this morning? I saw they did a video. Eric and Alan from Boar's Night Out. They were getting set up there. They had Craig Carter's Ferris wheel of grills there from the carnival, and you were there.
The grill,
the grill Ferris wheel grill.
Ferris Griller's Day Off.
I said the Grillo wheel. Should have called it the Grillo wheel, but that's not what he called it. That's what's stuck in my head right now.
Needless to say, that is some of our conversation at Wanamakers. Is Scott and I do crack a lot of jokes, and we both think they're very funny. So, because I mean, Ferris Griller's Day Off is not really funny, but to me, I think it's hilarious. Anyway,
to get back to this, we're getting towards our end and everything, but. Michael said, what about soaking the wood chips prior? I think that's more for your smaller chips. A lot of people.
I would say chips. I wouldn't do chunks.
Yeah, not chunks. That'll just help it out and smoke it a little bit better. And yes, the American Royal is this weekend as well.
American Royal is this week. Congratulations. Good luck to everybody down there at the Royal. And Wish everybody good luck. Well, Scott, I mean, see, and you were sitting there talking.
I was going to say, what the hell are we going to talk about for an hour? I'm not that interesting, but
I know. And look at we were talking before he called to make sure we were still on. And I said, yeah, some shows go an hour, some depends on it. And I was telling about Randy Pauly and how he went 2 hours. And he says, oh, well, mine won't be. And see, hour and 15 minutes. See, you get talking about stuff. And
time just flies by.
Time just flies, and then you get tired of looking at Ryan, and you end the show.
And Michael Gambetti, I want to shout out to you.
Looking at Ryan.
Michael Gambetti, he's been out. He's the one out here throwing all these questions and everything like that.
Yeah, thanks for asking questions. I appreciate everybody that comes on.
Make sure you subscribe. We're here every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central. Oh my gosh!
Should we spatchcock him now or later?
Whoa. Jesus.
Wow. I mean, it's not a good show if I don't kick him out at least.
The power of the control board.
Yes. Good times. I'm not. Just stop.
Steve, all you need to do is just dye your goatee red, and you don't have to even worry about it. Just there you go.
Yeah.
My doppelganger or whatever this is called. What is this?
Oh, good. We can't hear him.
Gobbler. Yeah, the gobbler. We were talking about burger. I know we're gonna end, but we were talking about burgers. So when you cook your burger, like if you do a smash burger,
do you
put down oil or butter?
Bacon fat.
Actually, I always do a combination of both.
I just came across a video where the guy said this is the best smash burger he's ever made. Nothing.
Yeah, if you have a good
yes
fat content in your burger, I actually sell our smash burgers on QVC and I do them live. I don't put anything down on the grill.
I just did them.
But you're asking me
watched it.
Yeah, no. If you have the right ratio, you don't need it because it'll. But sometimes you will. Sometimes it will stick to the griddle.
Not mine. Mine's perfectly seasoned. No.
Oh, of course. Everything Ryan's.
Here's Steve.
5 years on it, but
now you knocked my volume out,
we don't know
Ryan.
Steve,
for
can
Scott.
you hear Steve? I can't hear Steve, but
you can't. Oh, really? Hang on. Let me kick him out again. It's perfect. I mean, that's a great way to end the show. I don't know. Can you hear him now?
Can you hear me now, Scott?
No.
See, you ruined it for Scott.
It's perfect.
That's okay, Steve.
It's perfect.
All right. Well, I'll just wave goodbye.
We lost you, buddy.
He said,
"Hold up the cards.
Wait.
Write down what you want
cue
to
card.
say." Like that. What was that?
Oh, Kevin says, "What's in the smash burger? Is it a blend?"
It is a blend. It's a proprietary blend. It's a blend of premium chuck, actually.
Yes.
And it's the right ratios. We actually sell those. We sell a smash burger blend.
To get some.
And
I'll have to get some, and we'll do a little partnership or something, and we'll promote everything.
And you know what's coming back now too, and I'm so glad we have to. Steve still can't talk, but I just have to say, raise your hand, Ryan. You're too young. I know that. Steve, you're probably right there with me. The fries from McDonald's back in the day were the best fries that I've ever eaten, and it's because of the beef fat,
tallow,
right?
The beef fat that they were cooking in.
And that is now
Yeah.
a resurgence.
Yeah.
The beef fat is coming back again. And I think it's Steak and Shake. Everything is, all their fries are cooked with beef tallow. So it's all coming back. And that's the way it should be.
Can you hear Steve yet?
No.
Still can't.
Okay,
I was trying to fix your microphone, but
I got to go out and come back in. Thanks, Ryan, for ruining.
It's good. We're gonna end the show here.
You're just always jealous of me.
It's so nice. So, Scott, how you doing today? You doing good? Unfortunately, I can still hear Steve. So
can you hear Steve? Maybe everybody else can too. Steve, I just can't hear you.
But it's probably a good thing. But
he said it's probably a good thing.
So anyway, yeah. So I don't have anything else, Ryan. If you're good, I'm good.
Yeah. No,
Ryan,
he's just ending the show. Scott, thanks for coming on. We appreciate you.
You guys, thanks. It's been a lot of fun.
And, yeah. If we don't talk to you, have a happy Thanksgiving.
You do the same, and I'm sure I'll see Steve at Wanamaker's probably over the weekend.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh,
All
excellent.
right, Scott.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Great show,
Oh,
Ryan.
yes,
Great
it's been a
show.
great
Well,
show.
thanks for ruining it for me at the end, Ryan.
At least
I knew
didn't
you
kick
always
out
wanted
early.
to take it over. I know you
At
wanted
least
to
I
take
didn't
it
kick
over.
out early, you know. Hey, it was good.
Yeah, good thing you didn't
It's
kick
got
me
a
out
lot of great
early.
information, a lot of great stuff.
Put his
nice
his,
here in the background and everything.
put his little
history
happy
on
to
everything. Yeah,
happy
guys,
to
go
meet
check
you
it out. Happy to meet, MEAT, the letter U.com. So happy to meet you.com. Go check it out. Place an order. Put in the comments that you heard about it from the Thursday night barbecue chat.
Yeah, and then follow all his.
He might
all
throw
his
you in
socials.
something special, or he might charge you double. I don't know what I mean. Just saying.
Follow all his socials and stuff like that, and you can see when he has the deals on
Happy to Meet
QVC
You
and
official is on Instagram.
yeah, and then
Go check us out here. So tune in every Thursday night, 7 p.m. Central for the Thursday night barbecue chat.
This is like a whole new thing for us,
If
Ryan.
you want to go see Steve, you can go visit him at Watermakers at 1940 Ogden Avenue.
Lovely, beautiful downtown, Downers Grove, Illinois.
Make sure you follow It's All About the Barbecue Facebook group as well. What happened? Did you delete mine? Follow Barbecue Blackstone and Beer.
I wouldn't have done it on purpose, but that's not to say that I didn't on accident. But I rarely ever go into the. I don't go beyond this page. I don't go into any unless you're not going to be here. Then I'll go in and which could have been one of the days you weren't here.
Follow the Griddle Battle page on Facebook for all upcoming events in 2026.
So anyway, next week we have coming up on the big show. We'll take a little bit of break from Thanksgiving, but probably not.
I'm going to interrupt you real quick. I just checked the private chat. Scott said if you order something and you put something in the notes that you saw the show and you ordered from Thursday Night Barbecue Chat, he'll throw in something special.
Well, I'm gonna order and put in there that I saw. I want to see what the something special is.
Right. You never know.
A picture of Steve laying on the pig. But anyway, next week we will take a break from Thanksgiving, just a little bit. Well, I'll tell you about my whole week coming up next week. But there it is. Look at that stud. I'll autograph that. Anybody who wants that picture, let me know and I'll autograph it. And then we'll get it out to you. But anyway, so next Tuesday, which isn't Thursday night barbecue yet, next Tuesday, I will be in Joliet, Operation Barbecue Relief. Ryan, if you're interested, you're welcome to look and see and sign up. Operation Barbecue Relief is doing a Veterans Day thing in Joliet somewhere. I don't know all the details of it. You'd have to go and look at the.
I'm off. Yeah, Tuesday, Veterans Day.
Are you off on Tuesday? You are a person, aren't you? I mean, a volunteer.
I'm a volunteer. I'll have to look at it and see what it is. I'm registered to volunteer. I've just never been able to make it out with anything, so that might be.
It is Farmers Insurance Veterans Day celebration. It's in Joliet, Illinois. It looks like 826, whatever. But if you go get onto OperationBarbecueRelief.com, you can or .org, I should say, and you can look at all the upcoming events, and you can sign up as a volunteer and all that other good stuff. And you can go and you can see me there. And if you bring that picture that Ryan put up, I'll autograph it personally there if you want. But anyway, so I'll be doing that on Tuesday. Ryan, obviously, if you want to come, sign up. And then Thursday, we are going to have one of the co-founders of Operation Barbecue Relief on, Will Cleaver. We've had Stan Hayes on in the past. We're going to bring in my good friend, Will Cleaver, and we are going to talk Operation Barbecue Relief. And because the Tuesday after Thanksgiving is Giving Tuesday, I believe it's called. And this, we want you to kind of focus and see if we can get some donations for Operation Barbecue Relief for that. Also go to their page again, operationbarbecuerelief.org. They are shipping meals of some sort. They're sustainable meals to Jamaica. Is it Jamaica?
I can hear Tricia in the background running water or whatever it is.
Well,
yeah.
It's Jamaica. I think I got hit by it. So they're sending stuff over to Jamaica. So anyway, so that's next week is all Operation Barbecue Relief. So I know Trisha's doing the dishes.
Okay.
I'm not doing the dishes.
She's a great lady.
She likes to run water.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, I don't know what she was doing.
So, all right, guys. been a good one. Make sure you follow It's All About the Barbecue and Barbecue Blackstone
Barbecue
Gear.
Blackstone Gear.
Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. We'll give us a follow. Make sure you subscribe as well. So
I'll have to find my other hat for next week. Look for your hat, Ryan, for next week.
I will. I'll
Thanksgiving.
look for my hat. All right. Take care. Have a
And
good
then
one.
wait, and then the day before, the week before Thanksgiving, let everybody know. Make sure you mark your calendar. Malcolm Reed will be here to do kind of like Scott was doing, to answer questions and do whatever for Thanksgiving, so that you can run to the store that weekend, get everything you need for the following Thursday.
Yeah, and get you some Kelly's mustard.
And get you some Kelly's mustard. And after all, let's be kind and nice to everybody, because that's just the way it should be.
Yeah. All right, guys. Take care.
See you, everybody.
Bye. Cue
Bye.
the bad intro or the bad exit.
Thank you so much, guys. You've been absolutely amazing. Thank you. You guys are the best. Thank you so much.